Okay, howdy folks, welcome back. It's a little too close. Alright, so here we are, January 30th of 2023, and we're at the magnetic field lines here. And here they are flowing back nice and smooth. Here's the red lines, nice and normal, okay? And we're going to start going forward through this. And as we go, I'm going to need to zoom in a little more, I think. Yeah, let's zoom in just a tad bit more. Okay, pull it up a little bit. See how we look here. No, pull it down. There we go. Might have to zoom in just a tad bit harder. Okay, so at this point, I want you to take note of these lines again over here. The red lines are the closed magnetic loops, okay? The green lines are the polar caps, okay? They come out of the polar caps and streak back, okay? The blue lines are the IMF lines that are connected to other bodies in the solar system, okay? Now, as we're going here, at this frame, I want you to look at this polar cap is coming out and coming back down, and the southern one is coming down and going back up, and right here they cross. Can you see these two green lines crossing? Let me pull this up a little bit better here, folks, because I'm not getting the visual like want on my screen here. So we'll try this a little better. Okay, I believe now you can see these two lines, these green lines, are crossing. Now that's a little unusual, but let's continue moving forward. Now look at this. This jumbled mess. Our southern one has kinked and is going up like this and is reaching up. Okay? And then these next frames here. Oh, come on now. Alright, we're going to just keep going anyway. So, as we progress forward here, I want you to look at something. I've never seen this before. The polar cap field line comes down, takes a hard turn, and goes and connects to the north. It's connecting to something up here. Our southern pole is connecting to something up there. Okay, now let me see if we can pull this down a little bit, because I want you to see the bottom lines here. It's not working. Oh. Hang on just 1 second. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get this to center in the screen and nice and zoomed in so you can see all of it. That's pretty good. Right about there, I guess. All right, now let's progress forward. And I want you to note, now we have the southern polar cap field line coming off, turning, two of them turning and connecting to the north. All right, now we have the northern polar cap green lines coming back, circling around and connecting down below. See how they're circling back and connecting down here? These aren't field lines, these are the polar north cap connecting down. So the north is connecting down and the south is connecting up. This is another sign of what would we be looking for in our core reversal, okay? So we're going to continue going forward, and I want you to watch as these still connect. This is still coming out and connecting to the north, and the north is still coming, weaving, and connecting down to the south. Here, it's coming out of the south, reaching all the way up and connecting up here with something again. All right? And we have this weird green loop, south connected to the north again. All these are looping around and coming back and connecting to the south. Okay? So we could possibly be looking at some kind of magnetic reversal happening here soon or in progress. Now, as we progress, you'll see we've had another one of these events here where a magnetic bubble or magnetic field or something is being ejected by the sun. Right here, you can see this is all polar cap stuff coming out, and instead of streaking by, it's swirling around in this tight circle, okay? See how tight that gets? Then, as it moves on out, now we have something totally different here. Looking closely here, and hopefully we're capturing the colors as well, because we have closed field lines, the red one, intersecting with the green polar ones, and the IMF field lines are all now swirling in this location. Now, as I go forward, watch how this mess just continues to swirl together. Okay, you can see that the stuff is coming out and swirling around in here. This is supposed to be a closed field line. It's closed out here all by itself. Now you see this jumbled mess right here? This is all three. The reds, the yellows, and the field lines, the IMF lines, all blended and all swirling around, mixed together. I've never seen anything like this before. Over here, this is getting crazy because now the green line, our southern polar cap field line, is now reaching out and is going in front of the closed field line and is now protecting us from the sun. So the red line is no longer protecting us. The green line from the polar cap is reaching from the southern cap, going out in front of the Earth and over and reaching up. Now, we see how it's reaching up there? Watch that. You see this? This green line is reaching up and connecting again to the north. This line comes all the way back down to the southern pole. So our southern pole is magnetically connecting to something up north, and the northern pole is connecting to something down here at the south. I'm telling you, something's about ready to flip here. Our magnetic field might flip, and if this core is rotating backwards with this, it seems to indicate, you guys, this kind of odd behavior is total evidence of this core rotation reversing. Now as we watch, it's still up here, reaching up here, connecting to the north. This is the southern polar cap connecting to the north. Here it is some more. And if you look really closely here, let me zoom in on this real quick. I want you to see what I am talking about now. Please let this work, Lord. All right. You can see that the red line, our closed field line, is no longer the one protecting us. It's this green polar cap field line that's reaching from the southern pole, coming out, going around in front of the Earth, and then traveling up above it and connecting to something north. This is unusual. I've never seen this before. Also, what I want to point out here, the magnetic field has seemed to have shifted like this, okay? It's at about this angle right here as opposed to being straight across. This shift right here is allowing this flow to come in and penetrate our magnetic field right here at the southern pole. See this southern line right here is turning and going away. It's not going around here and protecting this little open spot anymore. Okay, so I'm expecting that the southern hemisphere is going to be experiencing some radiation and stuff because this stuff looks to be penetrating this, going around this bubble right here. And like I said, I have never seen the southern polar cap come out and and take position like this and be the dominant field line instead of our regular closed magnetic field lines. Okay? This is getting harder and harder to report on, you guys. All right, let me just zoom out here because there's more I need to show you. So let's get back in there again. Okay, that's pretty good. So now let's progress forward now. Oops. Can I please progress forward? Where's my arrow? Come on now. All right. There we go. So as we progress forward, this line is still out here being dominant, still connected, and then it drops, okay? Then it disappears, and you see now our northern one is coming over and zigzagging and coming down and connecting to the south again. So when the southern one isn't connecting to the northern one's connecting to the south or to this magnetic disturbance that it creates back here. Now as we progress forward, here comes another one of these magnetic events again, okay? And then all those red field lines get ripped away and disappear. Okay, here we go again with another event, another big one, and they rip away and disappear. Okay? Alright, so enough of that instrument now. So that was today's, up to the very moment right now. It goes into the 31st here UTC time. So that was today's IMF lines, which are showing quite obviously that there's a disturbance in our magnetic field lines. This is not normal, you guys. Okay, where am I going next? All right, let's go over to here real quick. Just adjust this real quick. Okay, we are missing data from the seed site here. And just go back real quick and show you. We're missing the 29th, 30th, and 31st, okay? But luckily, Stereo A captured it, so we're going down to Stereo A, and we'll let that little loop play for a second there. Beautiful comet coming in right here. And what's kind of odd is this comet seems to be reacting to something more up this way, not the sun. It's almost as if something's coming, and this comet is reacting to it. And at the very last frames you see we have a bigger CME coming off the top up here, okay? Now what I want to show you too is, let me just pause it there. Okay, we go frame by frame. All right, we can. All right, I'm gonna zoom in here for you folks. Okay, here we go again with our objects coming out. And now you can see it nice and clear. It's a dark spheroid shape with plasma surrounding it. And I'm just going to go over some more and try and bring this. There you go. Alright. That one's blatantly obvious. There's no denying that there's an object here surrounded by plasma. Okay? There's no denying it at all. Then we have a big jump in data. Let me back this up. And now our object is completely down here. So back up. Here we are at 253 when it's just emerging. I have a feeling there's something emerging from this streak of plasma over here. Then it skips 6 hours and our object is about down here leaving the screen and you can't see much of it. So they went in and deleted that data, and I can't wait to see if they ever update data from the other satellite, what that event would look like. But then we have this beautiful comet streaking in here. And like I said, it's climbing up this way. It's not like heading towards the sun. Let me back this up. Look at its trajectory. Where's it going? It's going to continue up here? Is there something it's going to meet up with up here? Because I see another CME evolving right here, another object coming from behind the sun. The sun's reacting to something coming to it, and I have a feeling this comet or this object, because it doesn't really kind of look too much like a typical comet, this thing might be reacting to whatever's coming up from behind the sun here. Okay, and that was the last frame. Okay, so back, whoops, whatever, get out of here now. Alright, let's back out of there and go to the solar report here. Back out of this. Thank you for your patience, folks. Okay, so here we are over at Solarham. I want to come zoom in on this real quick for you folks. All right, so you can see here's today. It says yesterday, but this is today's date because now we're already into the 31st. And you can see we had before this dropout on the sun's activity all below the C-class level. This is like the sun kind of slowing down, almost like the Earth. Here we have some activity. Here's our CMEs that I showed you today, and then it drops back down, and we're still below the C-class level right now. So the sun looks quiet, but still active, but it looks like it's dying. It looks like it's slowing down. This is like the Schumann to the sun, and its activity was, mid range here C, and now it's just hit the floor, almost like its core is grinding to a halt as well. Okay, and just like our planet pops out these magnetic things, these are the same on the sun. Let me also, that reminds me of where I wanted to go next. So here real quick. So we're back out of this. I just want you to guys see no noteworthy events detected. As usual, they say that. Let's come over to our CME tracker. Maybe not. Great. We're jammed up. So, well, there we go. Let's open another YouTube and get out that here. Bear with me just a sec here. There's one last thing I want to point out and give credit to one of my viewers here. Please load this up, Lord. Please let this work. Oh, come on. There we go. Thank you, God. Boom. I just went and checked the Schumann resonance, and it's been just kind of normal activity, nothing really important to report on. But I did want to go to that one of our viewers left here. All right. Let's more here. All right. Sorry, this is a little long and drawn out, but I need you guys to hear this, and I'm going to read it for you here in just a sec. Let me get a sip. All right, thank you, Mr. Michael Blackwell. He says, hey, Brian, I've got a bit of an electrical background in my life, and when an electrical motor energizes, electricity goes through the coil of the wire, which would be like the core of the Earth, and it creates a magnetic field around this coil of wire as long as electricity is in it. When electricity is turned off, this magnetic field will escape from the coil and burst outwards in what people call an EMP, or an electromagnetic pulse. This gentleman is right. The Earth, what you're seeing, is spitting out EMPs, electromagnetic pulses. That's what those field lines and those bursts coming out are. He's correct. Just like the dynamo, he says the core of our Earth acts like a dynamo, and the electric motor spinning The magnetic rotation of the core. This creates in the Earth the electromagnetic field around the Earth. As long as the core is spinning, these fields will be steady and maintain the field lines around the Earth that give us our protection. If the core was to stop or slow down, these magnetic field lines would lose their connectivity to the Earth and perhaps, as we see on that graph, stretch out as it's slowing down and then perhaps totally disconnect and create a loose magnetic pulse, which would be an EMP. It could be flowing from the Earth or perhaps be attracted to another stellar body. Remember, it was attracted to something to the north, which is in line or north of us, and connected to our magnetic field lines. Okay, this is coming from an electrician, you guys, all right? He understands what's going on as well. Then this magnetic burst of energy could be pulled or sucked out to the other stellar body, which has an active magnetic field around it. Those are just some of my thoughts on what might be happening. This guy is very correct, and good job, Michael Blackwell. Thank you for your electrical background verifying what I've discovered. Okay, so I think that's it for tonight, guys. I just wanted to bring this to you and let you guys know. Oh, it's what I wanted to talk about here in the forward and reverse part. Oh, wait, I need solar ham again. No, bear with me just one more time here, because I want to explain something here about forward and reverse. For those of you who've ever had a near-death experience, you know that your life flashes before your eyes, and it kind of starts from the moment you died and works reverse back to the moment of your birth. Then, as you witness these each day, it's showing you each day moving forward. It's not like you're talking backwards and walking backwards in these little brief snippets. You're moving forward, you're talking forward, you're seeing things forward, but in a reverse step fashion. And that's what I mean by forward, open up. Okay, so here we are at our CME tracker. They're not showing anything. Of course, they're not going to show us what's going on here. But something I wanted to use this model to as an example of what I'm going to show you I think is happening. Okay, so here's our sun. This is the Earth, and the Earth moves around the sun in this direction, same direction the spiral's going. As the Earth is moving around this little white line, it is spinning counterclockwise like this, going around the sun, okay? That's a little unnatural momentum. Something in the past came along and gave us so much momentum that we are spinning counterclockwise, going like this around the sun, all right? When the core stops, the core wants to latch onto this, and as we go, it wants to rotate backwards as it goes around. It wants to rotate, or going around this way, it wants to rotate opposite of what it's going around. Like if you had a gear with a hole, like a hole in the middle of it, and you put your finger through the middle of the gear wants to rotate around outside this gear, but inside the center of the hole, the rotation wants to rotate the opposite way. And that's like the natural way we should be rotating. This whole time we've been rotating the wrong direction, over-rotating. We've been sent on this weird course, and now our core is adjusting to the right direction it should be spinning. So that's what I mean by moving forward as the core is rotating the opposite way in reverse. Okay, so I believe right now in this time frame we are going forward in reverse, and these magnetic field lines are showing us the disruption in the mantle. The mantle is adjusting and flow directions are changing. There's turbulence, and now we are seeing the turbulence in our magnetic field lines exactly where we're supposed to see them. It is in the magnetic field lines, and now they're all disrupted. Also, something I want to point out too, the Schumann resonance has a lot to do with our mental balance, right? And not only us, but the animals as well. When this stuff starts affecting our planet and our core is rotating in reverse, it's going to affect us as well as the animals. So I would watch for irregular behavior in all animals, not just your pets, but all animals. We are seeing the birds flying around in circles. I believe they were giving us a hint that this thing is rotating the wrong way. We see these animals rotating in circles. Those are hints too. Bird migrations that are just all of a sudden these mass bird migrations. I'm telling you, you guys, watch for odd behavior in the animals. That's going to be another side effect of this reversal. Okay? Um, you guys are going to end up going crazy too. Once this keeps going, it's just going to affect the Schumann resonance and probably send people all over the deep end. But for the moment, the Schumann resonance is still squeaking along. We still got a magnetic field. It appears that our core is reversed, but at least it's still spinning. Eventually, it's going to slow down the crust. We're going to see, it looks like we're about ready to see a pole flip from the magnetic field lines. Something's happening there. So we might see a magnetic pole flip as well as a crustal pole flip, you guys. All right. This is going to cause huge disruptions on the surface of the earth, you guys. So I need you to go over to Mike from around the world and listen to that last interview with Paul Bagley, because he verifies that that's the case, and unfortunately the instruments are verifying it as well. Okay, that's all I can do for tonight, you guys. I love you all. I miss you all. I hope you guys share this with your families and you all start preparing, okay? I think that's about all I can say. Oh, wait, the other thing I was going to say was that gentleman, Mr. Blackwell, was pointing out that our Earth is emitting its own type of CME called an EMP. Now, everybody's worried about an EMP coming from the sun or an EMP coming from a weapon. I'm telling you guys, we better watch out for an EMP coming from our Earth. All right, I think maybe that's what they're detecting, and then that's why they're saying, "Oh, prepare for, cyber attacks and prepare for this and stuff," because they know that this core has stopped spinning the opposite direction, and we are in deep shit. All right, I love you guys. That's it for tonight. I miss you all. God bless you all, and until my next video, bye.